Hello and good morning. I'm so glad you can join me for another round of yoga to get fit. If you have tender knees, maybe have some kind of padding handy for your knees. If your hamstrings are a little bit tight, it's always beneficial if you have a cushion or a blanket for our seated postures that gives you an extra height. Okay, let's get started. Come to the top of the mat. And then find your mountain pose. So have your big toes touching and have your heels 1 centimeter, 1 inch apart. Lift your 10 toes up and lower them down. Root down through all 4 corners of the feet. And then draw your inner thighs back wide and apart. So this is a little bit awkward. Your bum is sticking out basically. Now root your tailbone down. Okay, got it? Holding here. So you should feel an engagement in your lower body, yeah? And then from here, open the chest. So lift the chest up. Again, this is absolutely awkward. We're not going to stay like this. Because at the same time, you're hugging your ribs in. You're gently sucking your belly in as well. And you're holding here. And now you should feel an engagement in your core. Shoulders are relaxed. Find some length through the crown of the head. Your arms are by your side. Palms facing forward, reaching through the fingertips. So this is your mountain pose. It's a little bit more than standing up straight. So working on our sun salutation. First one, we're going to go nice and slow again. Take an inhale, raise your arms up. Let your palms touch. Look towards your thumbs. Keep breathing here. Now press your palms and see what's happening. You feel how your muscles are working suddenly. Hold here. Your arms are super straight if you can. Your neck stays long. So you're lifting your gaze up slightly, but you're not throwing your head back. So if your arms are above your head, bring them forward a little bit more. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, start to fold forward. Now you can do with your arms what you like. You can bring them out to the side if you have the space. Usually we don't. So I'm going to bring my arms down like this. So palms together. So first, the back is straight and the legs are straight as well. And once that's impossible to keep up, I start to round my back and bend the knees. Now release your hands onto the mat. So at least your fingertips need to touch the mat. So bend your knees as much as you need to. And then have your fingertips in line with your toes. So not in front of the feet, but they are next to them. And relax your neck. Holding here. And prepare. With the next inhale, you straighten everything out. So your legs are straight, your back is straight, and your arms are straight as well. Keep breathing. You can place your hands on your shins or on your thighs. So you don't want to round your back here. You want to straighten your back. You lift the chest and the shoulders come away from the ears. Your neck is long. Hold here. Belly sucked in. Good. You should feel an intense stretch actually in the back of your legs. Take one more inhale. With the next exhale, bend the knees, round the back, forward again. Place your hands on the mat. So now the whole of the hand needs to be down. Spread the fingers. You can walk back or you can step back into your downward facing dog. So first one leg, then the other leg, and then hold here. Downward facing dog. Pedal your feet a few times. And then settle down. Release your heels. Go through your downward facing dog. Fingers are spread. Whole of the hand is pressing down. So pay some attention to the little area between your thumb and your index finger. So that's an area that quite often lifts off the mat. So press it down. Focus on that. Your arms are straight. And then move your triceps towards each other. So that's a little bit hard to get. But give it a go. If it doesn't come to you right now, it will eventually. It took me a long time. Relax your neck.
Raise your hips as high as you can. Suck your belly in gently. And release your heels down towards the mat. So I never have my knees locked here. See what's your personal preference. I always have a bit of a bend in the knees. And then look towards your hands. Lift your heels up. Step forward or walk forward. Now take an inhale again. Everything straightens. So place your hands onto your shins. Shoulders away from the ears. Belly sucked in. Hold here. And then fold forward. Fingertips on the mat in line with the toes. Everything is round, knees are bent. Now you can keep your knees bent as you come up into standing position, but start to straighten out your back and take your arms with you. So take your arms up, straighten your back, and then you're coming slowly up into standing position. Look towards your thumbs. Once you're all the way up, you can straighten your legs and then draw the palms down towards the center of your chest. Samasthiti. So Samasthiti here is basically when you come to the top of the mat, similar to your mountain pose, yeah? It's your starting position. And then release your arms by your side. Okay? Got it? All right. Let's do it again. And this time, we're gonna include our vinyasa, so our chaturanga or version of chaturanga and our back bend. Take an inhale, raise your arms, palms touch. And exhale, slowly fold forward. Relax your neck. Fingers on the mat. Inhale, everything straightens. Hands on shins or thighs. Shoulders away from the ears. Belly sucked in. And exhale, bend your knees. Place your hands on the mat. Step back into plank pose. In plank, your neck is long. Press the floor away from you, so shoulder blades move away from each other. Good. Sternum is lifted. Your tailbone is long, ribs together. So it's basically like a mountain pose, only flipped. Holding here. Now bring your shoulders forward, place your knees down. Now this is a super hard part. Spin your elbow crease so they're facing forwards. This is quite difficult for a lot of people. If you struggle with that, try and maybe have your fingers turning out a little bit. So your hands want to be about shoulder distance apart. All right, ribs together, tailbone long. You need an enormous amount of core strength now. You bend the elbows backwards with control. Stop when they are at 90 degrees, just for a moment. And then lower down all the way. So your belly, your thighs, your hips, your chest, they will hit the mat at the same time. And I don't literally mean hit the mat. They want to be gently released onto the mat and touch the mat at the same time. Now point your toes, squeeze your glutes, lift up into cobra. Your neck stays long in cobra, shoulders away from the ears, elbows bent backwards. So it's just a gentle lift. Lift your hands off the mat. You're still in the same position. Now place your hands down. Press yourself up. That's equally hard. Seat to heel. And then downward facing dog. Pedal your feet. And release your heels down. Settle down in your down dog. And we're going to come forward again. So lift your heels. Look towards your hands. Step forward. Maybe take the other leg first this time. And step. Take an inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, fold forward. Relax your head down. Inhale, come up with a straight back. Take your arms with you. Palms touch. And exhale, Samasthiti. And release your arms by your side. Okay, you ready? Take an inhale, raise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, step back into plank pose. Inhale, shoulders forward, knees down. Exhale, bend the elbows backwards, lower all the way down with control. Inhale, point your toes, lift. And exhale, sit to heel, downward facing dog. Pedal your feet and then lower your knees. Point your toes and come into a child's pose. Take a moment here. Roll your hips from side to side. So this whole lowering down business is super hard. It's very difficult to do, but it's something that will happen in pretty much every yoga class. It's important that we practice. So you need a lot of core strength for that, but that's why I always throw in a little core round in these classes. Okay, you ready? Come back into your downward facing dog. So spread your fingers, tuck your toes under, lift your knees, and you're in your downward facing dog. Then bend your knees, look towards your hands and step forwards. Inhale, lengthen and lift, everything is straight. And exhale, fold. Fingers on the mat in line with your toes. Inhale, come up with a straight back. Take your arms with you, look towards your thumbs. And exhale, Samasthiti. And release your arms by your side. Let's do one more for good measure. Inhale, raise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Inhale, shoulders forward, knees down. Spin your elbow crease facing forward. Neck is long, ribs together, tailbone long. And then bend the elbows backwards with control. Do not collapse into the hips. And then your belly, your thighs, your hips, your chest, they touch the mat at the same time. Lift up into cobra. And then from there, press yourself up and come into your downward facing dog. Let's do that again. So come forward into a plank pose. Bring your shoulders forward, knees down. Hold here for a moment. Observe yourself. You're one straight line from the crown of the head to the knees. Keep that. Spin the elbow crease facing forward and then lower all the way down onto the belly with control. Point your toes, lift into a cobra. Squeeze your glutes in your cobra and then lower. Press seat to heel and downward facing dog. Pedal your feet and then release your heels down. Hold here for a moment and then bend your knees, look towards your hands and then step or walk your feet forwards. One leg, other leg. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up, palms touch. And exhale, Samasthiti, arms by your side. Place your hands onto your hips. Your hips face forward. Bend your knees and take a light step back with the left leg. Good. Bend your right leg a little bit more. Start to tilt forward with the torso until your torso is parallel to the mat. If it doesn't come all the way down, that doesn't matter. Holding here. Suck your belly in slightly. Shoulders away from the ears. Lift the chest. And then start to raise your left leg up. Maybe just a little bit. Flex your left foot. Maybe you want to tilt forward a little bit more and raise your back leg a little bit higher. Hold here. And then slowly come up again. Have your feet next to each other. Other side. Bend your knees. Take a light step back with your right leg. Fold forward with the torso. Hold here. Shoulders away from the ears. Belly sucked in. And now raise your right leg up. Flex your right foot. Holding here. Maybe give it a go to raise the leg higher. Fold forward a bit more, but keep your chest lifted. Don't start to round the back. Yeah, neck is long, shoulders away from the ears, and then slowly come up, back into your standing position. Have your feet about hip distance apart. It's about 2 fists between your feet. Turn your toes in slightly. Hands are on your hips. Bend your knees. Take an inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold forward. So once you're in your forward fold, option A, it's a bit easier, get hold of your ankles. Option B, get hold of your big toes. So you have your 2-piece fingers and your thumbs. Your 2-piece fingers are inside your toes and your thumb is on the outside. Okay, that's how you hold onto your big toes. Inhale, lengthen and lift, look forward, and exhale, fold forward. Your neck is relaxed, and you raise your hips as high as you can. Elbows, if they are bent, bend them sideways, and hold here. So maybe raise your hips a tiny bit higher. Keep your neck relaxed. And then bend your knees. Lengthen, lift your chest. You're looking forward slightly, but keep your neck long. Place your hands onto your hips. And with your knees still bent, you come up with a straight back. So straight back, come up, and then release. Arms by your side. Good. If you need to shake out everything, shake it. And place your hands onto your hips again. Bend your knees. Take an inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold forward. This time, once you're in your forward fold, you place your fingertips on the mat in front of you. Straighten out your right leg, bend your left. Press your right big toe down. Keep the inner edge of your right foot grounded. Holding here. And release, switching sides. So if the leg doesn't go all the way straight, that's fine. But keep your foot grounded, especially the inner edge of your foot. Holding here. Yeah, you can round your back here, doesn't matter. And release. Make sure your knees and your toes face in the same direction and it stays that way. Wrap your arms around your legs. Get hold of your opposite elbows. Start to lift your hips again. Relax your neck. Holding here. So press your legs into your arms. And release. Bend your knees, release your hands. Lift the chest again, so your back is straight. Place your hands into the hips and then come up, up, up into a standing position and then shake everything out. Whew, that was hard. Okay, so we're going to do a little cardio round. For that, you have your feet about hip distance apart, could be a little bit wider, so I have mine a bit wider. Extend your arms to the sides. What we do is you bend the knees, so you're coming into a tiny squat, and then you straighten, and you're bringing your knee up and you're twisting at the same time, yeah? And then you're coming back, you bend, and then you're coming up again, and you're twisting to the other side. Got it? Yeah, you're ready? Okay, so you can go super, super slow if you like, or you can speed it up. So you bend and twist, bend and twist, and you keep going. So no jumping here, just a very fast movement, and I hope this will get your heart rate up already. So I'm at I think 1,600 meters height, and my heart rate is up already. I know, it's just an excuse, the height. So do one more round and release. Arms by your side. Woohoo! Okay, shake everything out. And then bring your legs a little bit wider. Have your toes turned out. Okay, then bend your knees. Place your hands on your hips. Squeeze your knees to the side. Holding here. And then pulse up and down. Up and down. So if this is enough, if you're still out of breath from the previous one, you can stay like this. However, as you progress and you want to make it harder, maybe, I don't know, you can try and do tiny, tiny jumps here. So the jumps, they look a bit like that. Woo! So keep your balance.
So they're really small. And you keep your knees bent the whole time, so you're hardly lifting off the mat. All right, so my legs are on fire now. Let's do 3, 2, 1, and then straighten everything out and release for a moment. Good. Okay, all right. Come facing forward. Place your hands on your hips and then take a step back with your left leg. Have your right leg straight. Your right toes face towards 12 o'clock and your left toes towards 10 or 11. All right? Okay, from here, fold forward with the torso. Keep your chest lifted. Hold here. Now take your left hand. Place your left hand either on your right thigh or your right shin. Now gently start to twist towards the left. So this is super hard. Keep your torso straight. So avoid to round your back. If you're rounding, place your hand on your thigh and then you're twisting from here. Hold. And then come back to the center. Place both of your hands on your hips again. Step forward. Other side. So your right leg steps back. Toes towards 1 or 2 o'clock. Both legs are straight. Fold forward with the torso. Holding here. Take your right hand. Place it on your left thigh or maybe your shin. I'm going to stay with the thigh. And start to twist towards your left side. Hold here. Keep breathing. And then come back to the center. Place both hands on your hips, bend your front leg, and then step forward again and shake everything out. Good. So hands on your hips again. Take a bigger step back with the left leg now. So heel is down. Again, your toes face towards 10 or 11 o'clock. Bend your front leg this time. You're there? Your hips face forward. Back leg straight, front leg bent. Your knee is above your ankle. Holding here. Now place your palms together. Keep your back straight. Your lower arms create one straight line, so press your palms. We will twist again towards the right, so your left elbow will end up on your right thigh. Take an inhale. On your exhale, you rotate, you twist, and you place the elbow on the thigh. Now, if you're now collapsing into the torso, which is so much easier to do than the real thing, lift the torso up. Now press your palms, open the chest a little bit more, move the palms towards the center of the chest. Suck your belly in, keep your front leg bent and your back leg straight. Hold here, just one more inhale and exhale. And then start to look down, come up. Release your hands, place them on your hips, step forward to the top of the mat. Other side, take a big step back with your right leg. Right heel comes down. Right leg straight, front leg is bent. Hips face forward. Okay, so back toes towards 1 or 2 o'clock and your left toes towards 12 o'clock. Knees above the ankle. Place your palms together. Your lower arms create one straight line. Take an inhale. On your exhale, you rotate, you twist, and your right elbow is ending up on your left thigh. So maybe have a look. If you're collapsing here, lift up. Press your palms, holding here. So your left elbow is facing up towards the sky. Keep your front leg bent, back leg straight. And then look down again. Come up. Place your hands onto your hips. And then step forward to the top of the mat. Well done. So that's not easy. These twists. Let's do right leg forward fold. So take a nice big step to the side. And bring your legs even wider if possible. Have your toes turned in slightly. Actually, have a look. Place your hands on your hips, so really hold on to them. Now have your heels turned inwards. Do you see what's happening with the hips? Okay? And now turn your toes out again. So now your hips, you're already coming forward with the toes. So it is easier to do the forward fold like this. So toes turn in slightly, heels out. Press your feet down. You can bend your knees, remember that. Take an inhale, lengthen and lift. On your exhale, fold forward. Place your fingertips on the mat. And then walk your hands back slightly until your fingers are in line with your toes. If your palms are down, bend the elbows backwards. Hold here. And then take an inhale, lengthen and lift, looking forward slightly. And exhale, go deeper. You can relax the head, the crown of the head comes towards the mat. Holding here. And breathe. Maybe shift the weight forward slightly. For 3 more. 2. And 1. Lengthen, lift your spine. Place your hands onto your hips. And then slowly come up. And then bring your feet together, together and together all the way. Okay, so we're going to work on eagle pose, which is a balancing pose. Today we're only going to do the arms, and next time maybe we'll do the legs as well. So for the arms, have them extended out to the side. Now take your right arm underneath the left, or other way around, doesn't matter. Your palms face away from each other. Keep that. And now either have your palms touching or get hold of your wrist. Lift your elbows up. Hands away from the face. So these are eagle arms. Got it? Good. And then bend your knees. Sink your hips down. Shift the weight towards the heels. And you're holding here. Eagle arms. Keep your elbows lifted, hands away from the face. If this is impossible for you, you can always get hold of your opposite shoulders. And then slowly come up and release. Shake out your arms. Other side. Extend your arms. Now take your left arm underneath, right arm on top. Your palms face away from each other. And then bring them together and you get hold of your wrist or your palms. Lift your elbows up, hands away from the face. So eagle arms. And now bend the knees slightly. Holding here. Keep your elbows lifted. You should feel a stretch in the shoulders there between the shoulder blades. Hands away from the face. And then slowly come up. And release your arms. Well done. We're going to come onto our mat. So come to the top of the mat. Have your arms by your side. Let's take it easy. We're simply rolling down. So suck your belly in. Chin towards chest. And then slowly, slowly roll down all the way. Relax your neck. Place your hands onto the mat. Step back into your downward facing dog. Pedal your feet. And release your heels down. Relax your neck. Holding here. And then lower your knees onto the mat. Point your toes. Press the floor away from you. Shoulder blades move away from each other. Holding here. Extend your right arm forward, your left leg back. Lift both up, shoulder hip height. Press your left hand down. Now move your right arm towards 1 o'clock and your left leg towards 7 o'clock. Holding here. And bring both back and release onto the mat. Other side. Extend your left arm, your right leg. Lift both up. Keep your balance. Press your right hand down. And find 11 o'clock with your arm and 5 o'clock with the leg. Hold here. And release. Right, done. Okay, and come into a seated position. So either swing your legs around or you can cross your legs and roll over your hips. And you're sitting down. Make sure you have space behind you. Extend your arms forward. Take an inhale and exhale. Slowly, slowly. Lower down, all the way. Bring your feet closer towards your hips. Arms are by your side. And tuck your tailbone under. Raise your hips. Lower back, middle back, and upper back up. So in your bridge pose, so for now, have your shoulders, your hip bones, and your knees in one line. Press your feet down. And then slowly, slowly, vertebra for vertebra, lower down again. Take your time. So articulate your spine as much as you can. Once you're down, you release completely. And you feel the natural curve of your spine. Let's do that again. So tuck your tailbone under, raise your hips, lower back, middle back, and upper back up. And then slowly lower down again. And release. One more, and this time we're going to stay up. Slowly lift up, holding here. Keep your feet pressed down, especially the inner edges of the feet. And maybe raise your hips a little bit higher. Maybe interlace your hands. And maybe straighten your arms and draw your shoulder blades towards each other for a deeper bridge. Holding here. And then first release your hands, then your shoulders. And slowly, slowly lower down all the way. Good. Cross your right knee over the left. So right leg goes over the left. Lift your legs up. And we'll come to our core. Now bring your knees towards the chest and lower. And again, so knees towards the chest and lower. It's a small movement and it's a tiny lift with the hips. So you're working on your deep abdominals. So lift and lower. Let's do 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Place your feet down at the side. So your left leg crosses over the right. Lift your feet up. And bring your knees towards the chest and lower. Lift and lower. So don't make it too complicated. No jerking. It's a small movement. And we're doing 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Hug your knees into your chest, roll from side to side. Bring your legs into tabletop position. Make sure your lower back is on the mat. Then interlace your hands behind your head. Lift your torso up. Holding here. Now tap your right toes down. So you have a 90-degree angle behind your knees. You maintain that as you tap the toes down. Bring them up. And then the other side. And lift. First side again. And lift. And second side. And lift. So on an exhale you tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Last one. And lift. And then release down. Bring your knees towards your chest. Now lift your torso up again. Bring your legs back into tabletop position. And we're going to twist with the torso. So take an inhale at the center. And exhale, you twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Small movement again. Very small movement. Keep your head heavy in your hands. And keep your elbows away from each other. Don't move them towards each other. Yes, you don't want to go too deep. You want to focus on form and on the breath. So one more. And then release. We will combine the two. So lift your head up again. Bring your legs into tabletop position. Take an inhale. On your exhale, you tap your right toes down and rotate towards the left. Inhale, back to the starting position. Exhale, over to the other side. Inhale and exhale. If this is too much, don't do the twists with the torso. Just focus on the legs today. So keep your head heavy in your hands. Small twists and slow down with your movement. No jerking. Just the strength of your core that you're using. All right, one more round. Finish with a twist to the right and release. Hug your knees into your chest and roll from side to side. Bring your knees towards your armpits. Hug them close. And we're coming into our happy baby pose. So take your arms inside the knees. Lift the feet up. Flex the feet. Catch the outer edges of them. And pull your knees down. Holding here. And release. Keep your right knee hugged into the chest. Straighten out your left leg onto the mat. Draw little circles with the right knee. And then go in the other direction. And bring your knee into the chest. Release your right hand down onto the mat. Move the right knee all the way over to the left. So move slowly again. See how far you want to go. It's an intense twist. And then come back. Switching sides. So draw little circles with the knee first in one direction and then in the other direction. And then bring the knee towards the chest. Release your left hand down and then bring the knee all the way over towards the right. Move slowly. And then come back to the center and release. Bring both of your knees into the chest and then get hold of the outer edges of your feet. Yeah, can you reach them? If you want to lift up, do that. And now start to straighten your legs as much as you can. So the knees are still in the chest. Maybe you can straighten them a little bit more. Holding here. And release. Straighten out your legs. Place your hands onto your lower ribs. Have your elbows resting on the mat. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. And again, deep inhale. And exhale. Keep going. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose. And feel how your ribs are widening with each inhale. And sinking with each exhale. And place your hands on your belly. And with each inhale, your belly is rising. And with each exhale, your belly is sinking. And bring your knees towards the chest. Rock from side to side a few times. Start to rock forwards and backwards until you're in the seated position. If this is not for you, roll over to the side and come sitting down that way. So if you need any kind of padding for your hips, have them there now. Yeah, if you need a little bit of extra height, then start to round your back and you fold forward. So nice relaxed forward fold. Your legs can be relaxed, but don't drop your feet to the side. Yeah, still have them facing up or forward. And hang out here for a bit. And then slowly Lift up, walk your hands back. Place your feet on the mat. So don't have them too close towards you, a little bit further away. And then drop your knees to opposite sides and the soles of your feet are touching. And then again, you fold forward, you're rounding your back. Your hands can be on the mat. You can have them holding onto your ankles, whatever you prefer. You round your back. You can relax your head. And then slowly come up again. Extend your legs to the side, so still stay sitting on your blanket or your cushion if you prefer. Have your legs relaxed. And then again, you're rounding forward. Nice relaxed forward fold here. So maybe gradually sinking a little bit deeper. No pushing, no forcing. It's a relaxed forward fold. And then slowly come up again. Walk your hands back. Place your hands underneath the knees. Lift your knees up and come into a cross-legged position. Sit up tall. Place your palms together in front of your heart. Close your eyes for a moment. Find some stillness. Rub your palms. Cover your eyes, forehead. Apply some pressure here. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And gently open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me. Keep up the practice. And I'm going to see you in the next level. Thank you so much. Namaste.